how to install the GL4 Pro Shroud on your GL4 Pro. If you own a GL4 Pro, whether it's the Defense Distributors Edition or any edition, you know that the buttons on the unit are very big and easy to activate, which is what they were designed for, and that can be really helpful, but they're also easy to accidentally hit, causing an ND of your laser or light, and possibly giving away your position, which is a problem in certain use cases of this unit. In order to help with that, we at Defense Distributors designed the GL4 Pro Shroud, which I have installed on this side. It helps to protect the buttons from accidentally being hit without you wanting to by creating a ridge around the button. Because of this now, in order to activate this button, I have to be intentionally knowing where I'm pushing. So if a tree or anything or if this bumps against my leg, it's not going to accidentally activate. I have to actually know where I'm pushing, which means it has to be human activation that activates this laser light now. So if you want to prevent NDs, the GL4 Pro Shroud is the way to go, and this is how you install it. When you open your bag, you will see 2 of these small Shroud guards, and that is all that is in the packaging. These are able to be screwed onto your GL4 Pro using the back plate system. The GL4 Pro back plate is very simple in nature. It's a plastic housing with some buttons and a membrane. Very simple and cost effective. In order to add the GL4 Pro Shroud to the GL4 Pro, we are going to need to unscrew that, put the shroud on, and put the screws back on. The great thing about this process is you can do one side at a time, like I've done here, so the actual back plate doesn't ever need to come off. We can pop the screws out, pop the screws back on each side. I've already done that on one side, we're gonna do that on the next side. What you're gonna need is your shroud and the Allen key that came with your GL4 Pro. We recommend using the Allen key that came in the box with your unit and not one you have just laying around in your toolbox, because there is a risk that you might strip out these screws, which is a whole problem in itself. So we recommend that you use the Allen key in your GL4 Pro. We can't guarantee that random Allen key you have laying around won't ruin your unit. Using this Allen key, we are going to unscrew both of the screws that are holding in this back plate on only one side of the unit. Once both of your screws are popped out on one side, because of the design, the buttons should still be in place. You are going to now take your shroud and place that in the sockets where the screws would be, with the shroud part facing up against the buttons, like so. Now you should see how the product comes together, and all that's left to do is to re-screw those screws back in on top of the shroud, which is on top of the button plate. And that's it. Your shroud is now installed on your GL4 Pro. You'll notice now that these buttons are way harder to hit accidentally, and you'll need to actually use your finger to depress that switch or to push it in, both of which are still possible with these button guards on. This shroud will work on any GL4 Pro you buy. It doesn't need to be the Defense Distributors Edition, though obviously we would like it to be. If you want to pick up one of these button guards, you can check out the link in the description or go to defensedistributors.com.